My speech will start in one, two, three. Student education should create opportunities, not long term financial pressure. In this motion, we disagree with adopting student loans mechanism in Indonesia because our country still faces unequal economic conditions. Low financial literacy and unstable job opportunities. Student loans may become a burden for fresh graduates who are still struggling to find stable jobs and support their families financially. First, we know that Indonesia still has unequal economic condition, low financial literacy, and unstable job opportunities. If we apply student loans mechanism in our country, this may become a debt burden for the fresh graduates. Many young people are still struggling to find stable jobs after the graduation, but at the same time, they are expected to repay their loans. Additionally, some students may come from financially unstable families, which can put even more pressure on them. Just imagine a fresh graduate who who has just finished university but still cannot find a stable job, and at the same time their family may also depend on them financially while they still need to pay back their student loans every month. And also, not every graduate will immediately have a stable income after university. Some may remain unemployed for months or even years, as we know that Indonesia is still facing a hard or hard job application here, and as a result, unpaid students uh, as a result, the the unpaid student debt may continue grow and create even more financial problems in the future for the student itself. The situation can create stress, anxiety, and emotional pressures at a very young age. So instead of focusing on building their future and career, many young people may constantly worrying about their debt and financial problems that they get from these student loans. Like, can you even imagine students at such a young age already having to think about debt and loan repayment? Instead of focusing on their education, skills, and future careers, they may become overwhelmed by the financial pressure. Indirectly, the government also normalizing debt among the young people through the student loan system, even though so many students are not yet financially stable or fully understand what is long-term financial responsibility. Also, as a result, education may no longer feel like a path to success, but instead, education becomes something frightening for the lower income students because of the risk of the debt. Can you imagine education who always be uh, who always be a path to success for many students, but because of the loan because of the loan students mechanism, uh, education becomes something frightening for the lower income students because of the debt. Secondly, student loan mechanism may increase educational inequality in Indonesia. Students from lower income families may become more afraid of pursuing higher education because they worry about debt and repayment in the future. So, instead of giving equal opportunities, student loans may create more pressure and fear among the students who are already financially vulnerable. And third, we believe that education should be supported by the government. Yes, not turned into a long term financial responsibility for the students. Because in the long term, this system may create society where the young people are more focused on the surviving financially rather than developing their potential that they have and contributing to innovation in the country. So, instead of adopting student loans, the government should focus on scholarship, affordable tuition fees, and improving the quality of public education, and this might be and would have students to access education without creating financial stress after the graduation. Here we may say that student loans increase access to education and help create better human resources, or we usually say SDM in Indonesia. But good education should not require young people to start adulthood with debt. We agree that Indonesia needs better human resources and more access to higher education. But however, creating creating a quality human resources by normalizing debt among the young people is not the best solution. Education should empower students, not pressure them by financially at the beginning of their adult lives. If the goal is to improve the education quality and increase the university access, the government should improve scholarship and affordable education system instead of shifting the financial burden to students. Because is it truly a good solution to create a better human resources by forcing the young people into debt at such an early age? Can you imagine? You just freshly graduate, but you didn't find a job, you didn't have any job, but you already have a debt, and you already thinking about how can I repay this debt? And I believe a country does not build strong human resources by creating financially anxious graduates. So that's why here I believe that Indonesia should focus on creating affordable and accessible education system rather than normalizing students debt among the young people. Instead, Indonesia should build an education system that gives young people opportunities, stability, and confidence for their own future instead of fear, pressure, and long term debt. Therefore, we strongly oppose the adoption of student loans mechanism in Indonesia. Thank you.